Welcome to another edition of
Study with Lundy!
On the night of March 5th, 1770, anger and fear collided in the streets of Boston. The result was one of the most famous and misunderstood events in the road to the Revolution, the Boston Massacre. Boston was a powder keg of anger. British soldiers had been stationed in the city to enforce laws and taxes, and many colonists felt like prisoners in their own town. Soldiers often clashed with citizens, sometimes fighting in the streets or competing for jobs. On the evening of March 5th, a lone British soldier stood watch at the custom house. Colonists began to gather, taunting him and throwing snowballs, ice, and even rocks. The crowd grew louder and angrier. Reinforcements arrived. More British soldiers lined up, muskets ready. The colonists jeered and threw more objects. In the chaos, someone shouted, "Fire!" No one knows for sure if it was an order or just panic, but shots rang out. 5 colonists were killed, including Crispus Attucks, a sailor of African and native descent who became known as the first martyr of the Revolution. Blood on the snow shocked the city and the colonies. Soon after, Paul Revere published an engraving of the event. It showed British soldiers firing in a straight line at unarmed colonists, under orders, as if it were a planned attack. This engraving spread quickly through the colonies. Eyewitnesses, however, described something different. The scene was chaotic, colonists yelling, snowballs flying, soldiers confused and scared. It wasn't the organized execution that Revere's engraving suggested. Patriot leaders like Samuel Adams and Paul Revere wanted to use the event to stir anger against Britain. By calling it a massacre and by showing colonists as innocent victims, they turned the tragedy into powerful propaganda. Loyalists argued that the colonists were to blame. They said the crowd provoked the soldiers and that the soldiers fired in self-defense. In court, John Adams, a later Patriot leader and president, defended the British soldiers and won their acquittal. The Boston Massacre became a rallying cry for resistance. Patriots told the story again and again, using it to prove that Britain would stop at nothing to crush colonial freedom. Even though it was small compared to a real battle, its impact was enormous. Was the Boston Massacre really a massacre, or was it propaganda? The answer may be both. Colonists died that night, but the story told about it helped shape the path to revolution. The Boston Massacre reminds us that events are not just about what happened, but about how people tell the story. And sometimes the story can be more powerful than the event itself.
And as always, thank you for watching
Study with Lundy!